According to the current National Electrical Code, placing a breaker box directly above a bathtub or near a shower is a violation of electrical code. National Electrical Code Section 404.4 states that equipment shall not be located in any bathtub or shower space. Additionally, National Electrical Code Section 406.9 states that electrical equipment shall not be installed in or on the exterior surface of bathtubs or showers. Prior to the 1971 National Electrical Code, there was no specific prohibition against installing electrical equipment in bathrooms above bathtubs or showers. However, the National Electrical Code has been gradually updated to improve safety, including the addition of the code requirements I just mentioned. The home inspector is correct. It has never been encouraged for a breaker box to be located in a bathroom directly above a bathtub or within 3 feet of a shower. To ensure compliance with electrical code and safety, it is highly recommended that you relocate the breaker box to a more suitable location outside of the bathroom. Doing so will prevent any electrical hazards in a moisture-rich environment. Firstly, understand the dangers of having electrical equipment near water. Water is a conductor of electricity, and the presence of water increases the risk of electric shock. Secondly, consider the specific requirements of the National Electrical Code. The National Electrical Code is a set of standards for safe electrical installation and maintenance. Thirdly, consult with a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician can assess the situation and determine the best course of action. Now let's dive deeper into the specific sections of the National Electrical Code that address this issue. National Electrical Code Section 404.4, as previously mentioned, prohibits the installation of electrical equipment in bathtub or shower spaces. This section is very clear and leaves no room for interpretation. National Electrical Code Section 406.9 further reinforces this prohibition by stating that electrical equipment shall not be installed on the exterior surface of bathtubs or showers. This section ensures that even if the equipment is not directly inside the tub or shower, it is still kept a safe distance away. So why is this so important? Well, consider a scenario where there is a fault in the breaker box. If the breaker box is located above a bathtub or near a shower, any escaping electricity could easily find its way into the water, creating a potentially deadly situation. The human body is also a conductor of electricity, so anyone in the bathtub or shower would be at serious risk. Now let's talk about the history of the National Electrical Code and how it has evolved over time. Prior to the 1971 National Electrical Code, there were no specific rules about installing electrical equipment in bathrooms. However, as the understanding of electrical safety improved, the National Electrical Code was updated to reflect these advances. The addition of sections 404.4 and 406.9 was a significant step forward in protecting people from electrical hazards in bathrooms. If you live in an older home, it is essential to be aware of these changes and ensure that your electrical system meets current safety standards. A home inspector can help you identify any potential code violations, but it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician for a thorough assessment. Relocating a breaker box can be a complex task, and it should only be done by someone with the necessary skills and experience. An electrician will be able to safely disconnect the breaker box, move it to a new location, and reconnect it according to code. The new location should be dry, easily accessible, and away from any potential sources of water. It is also important to ensure that the new location meets all other applicable code requirements, such as proper ventilation and clearance. While relocating the breaker box can be a significant expense, it is a worthwhile investment in your safety and the safety of your family. The cost of an electrical shock can be far greater than the cost of relocating the breaker box. In addition to relocating the breaker box, you may also want to consider upgrading your electrical system to include ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs. Ground fault circuit interrupters are designed to protect against electrical shocks by detecting small changes in current and quickly shutting off the power. Ground fault circuit interrupters are especially important in bathrooms and other areas where water is present. They can be installed in outlets, circuit breakers, or both. It's also a good idea to regularly inspect your electrical system for any signs of damage or wear. Look for things like frayed wires, cracked outlets, and loose connections. If you notice any problems, contact a qualified electrician to have them repaired. Don't try to fix electrical problems yourself, as this can be dangerous. Here's a summary of the key points we've discussed so far. Firstly, having a breaker box located directly above a bathtub or near a shower is a code violation. Secondly, National Electrical Code sections 404.4 and 406.9 prohibit the installation of electrical equipment in these areas. Thirdly, relocating the breaker box is highly recommended to ensure compliance with the electrical code and safety. Fourthly, consult with a qualified electrician for a thorough assessment and to perform the relocation. Fifthly, consider upgrading your electrical system with ground fault circuit interrupters. Now, let's consider some other potential hazards that can arise from having electrical equipment near water. One common issue is corrosion. Moisture can cause metal components in the breaker box to corrode, which can lead to malfunctions and even fires. Another issue is condensation. Condensation can form on the inside of the breaker box, which can also damage the components and create a short circuit. These problems can be avoided by keeping the breaker box in a dry, well-ventilated location. Furthermore, think about the implications for resale value. A home with a known code violation, such as a breaker box in an improper location, may be more difficult to sell. Potential buyers may be concerned about the safety of the electrical system and may be hesitant to make an offer. Correcting the violation before putting the home on the market can increase its value and make it more attractive to buyers. And remember, safety is always the top priority. Electrical hazards can be deadly, and it is never worth taking risks when it comes to electricity. If you are unsure about anything related to your electrical system, always consult with a qualified electrician. Don't hesitate to ask questions and get clarification. A good electrician will be happy to explain the situation to you and provide you with the best course of action. In addition to the National Electrical Code, there may also be local electrical codes that apply to your area. These codes may be more restrictive than the National Electrical Code, so it is important to be aware of them. Your local building department can provide you with information about the electrical codes in your area. You can also find information online. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years, so it is important to make sure you are following the latest version. The National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, publishes the National Electrical Code, and you can purchase a copy from their website. However, it is not necessary to own a copy of the National Electrical Code to be able to understand the basics of electrical safety. There are many resources available online and in libraries that can provide you with information about electrical codes and best practices. The Electrical Safety Foundation International, or SV, is a non-profit organization that provides information and resources on electrical safety. Their website has a wealth of information on topics such as electrical codes, safe electrical practices, and how to prevent electrical hazards. They also offer free safety training materials that you can use to educate yourself and others. And if you are planning any electrical work, it is always a good idea to obtain the necessary permits. Most jurisdictions require permits for electrical work, and failing to obtain a permit can result in fines and other penalties. Permits are designed to ensure that electrical work is done safely and according to code. The permit process typically involves submitting plans to the building department and having the work inspected by a building inspector. This helps to catch any potential problems before they become a safety hazard. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure the safety of your home and family. Electrical safety is a serious matter, and it is important to take it seriously. If you have any doubts or concerns, always consult with a qualified electrician. Now let's address some common misconceptions. Some people may believe that it is okay to have a breaker box in a bathroom if it is enclosed in a waterproof enclosure. While a waterproof enclosure can provide some protection against moisture, it is not a substitute for relocating the breaker box to a safer location. The National Electrical Code specifically prohibits the installation of electrical equipment in bathtub or shower spaces, regardless of whether it is enclosed. Another misconception is that it is okay to have a breaker box in a bathroom if it is located a certain distance away from the bathtub or shower. While there may be some minimum distance requirements, these requirements are not a substitute for the general prohibition against installing electrical equipment in bathtub or shower spaces. The National Electrical Code is designed to provide a high level of safety, and it is important to follow the code to the letter. And finally, some people may believe that it is okay to have a breaker box in a bathroom if it was installed before the current code requirements went into effect. While it is true that older homes may not have been built to the same standards as newer homes, this does not mean that it is okay to ignore current code requirements. If your home has a breaker box in a bathroom, it is important to have it relocated to a safer location regardless of when it was installed. This is especially important if you are planning to sell your home, as potential buyers may be concerned about the safety of the electrical system. Remember, the goal is to create a safe and comfortable living environment for yourself and your family. And by following the National Electrical Code and consulting with qualified professionals, you can help to achieve this goal. In summary, the presence of a breaker box in a bathroom, especially near a bathtub or shower, is a clear violation of the National Electrical Code. This poses significant safety risks due to the proximity of water and electricity, potentially leading to electric shock or other hazards. The National Electrical Code specifically prohibits such installations, and it is crucial to adhere to these regulations to ensure the safety of your home and its occupants. Relocating the breaker box to a more suitable location outside the bathroom is highly recommended and should be performed by a qualified electrician. Additionally, consider upgrading your electrical system with ground fault circuit interrupters to provide an extra layer of protection against electrical shocks. Regular inspections and maintenance of your electrical system can further minimize the risk of electrical hazards. Prioritize safety and consult with professionals to ensure your home meets current electrical code standards, creating a secure living environment for everyone.